Harihi Om. Hello, greetings to all of you. Sai Ram, Vanakkam, Namaskar, Vandanam, Assalamu Alaikum, and Sat Sri Akal. Today, the word that I have chosen is called kindness. What is kindness? It's the quality or state of being kind to everyone else, treating people with kindness and with respect. Tells others that you are kind in your own character, in your own nature. It's a kind of showing benevolence, if you like, or granting of a boon, if you like. Being kind means you're giving them boon, isn't it? Favor, grace, indulging them, serving them. It's the opposite of hatred, being kind and hatred. Being mean, not being kind. A sense of animosity, thoughtlessness, harshness. These are all opposite of kindness. You see, I'm telling you what the word means, other words that mean the same thing, and words that are opposite. So you can appreciate the difference either from one perspective or the other perspective. So you have a balance there, right? Now, I have two questions for you. Question number one. Is it easy or difficult to be kind to others? And I'm not talking about, anybody. I'm talking about everybody, whether they are family or not family, whether you know them or they are strangers. Is it easy or is it difficult to be kind? The second question is kindness a natural thing, or are we talking about an effort that has to be made in each circumstance? And a lot of people think, writing out a check for charity or donating some money, that's being kind. Being kind is not about jumping on the bandwagon and doing some charity. The question is, what is it that you, as an individual, what is it that you do that is kind? So it is a one-to-one relationship. And that's how you build your spiritual progress and spiritual evolution, right? So I want to share with you something very personal, something that, I experienced in one of my trips to Sabarimala. Every year we go to Sabarimala, a group of us, and as part of the rituals that we do, on the 14th of April, which is the New Year Day, or the day of Vishu, the full moon day in the month of Chaitra. So we are up there in Sabarimala, having climbed the night, for 5 to 6 hours walking up the hill with the moonlight as your torchlight. Beautiful experience. Anyway, we go there and then we reach in the early hours of the morning, we rest for a while. And the next day, we all obviously we have, donated and we have ensured that people have cooked. There's a little camp there, and every year we go there, they buy all the things. We give them all the resources, they cook, and then we serve the food, lunch to anybody and everybody who comes. All the devotees get to eat. And it's a long queue sometimes. So on one of these trips, right, I think it was 2014 or 15, I remember. So we were there all day serving, people will keep jumping and jumping in and collecting the food and going, right? I noticed there was one man who was walking and he held out a plate, The way the crowd was standing, you couldn't see. So he held out a plate and I actually served the rice and, put some, dal and whatnot, only vegetarian food. And then he took it. And for some reason, something told me, watch this guy. So as I was serving, I was looking out for him. I saw him going to one corner and sitting. And he was just holding his plate. He had a shawl around him, right? So I couldn't see anything. Then I told, one of the other brothers, I said, just cover me for a while. I'm just going. When I went there and I asked him, why are you not eating, right? He just did his head like that, as though he's telling me, remove my shawl, remove my shawl. You know, he was not talking, right? So I understood what he was saying by his gesture. And then I removed his shawl, and to my shock and horror, he only had one hand. And in that one hand, he was holding the food, the plate with the food. So how was he going to eat? So what I did then, I took the plate of the food, and I started to feed him, and, he was eating. And after about 6 or 7 mouthfuls, he was still eating, but he was crying as he was eating, But I tell you, the thing that really touched me or really got me, right? It just got me was when I fed him the last morsel, you know what he did? He took his legs up, and with his legs, he wrapped me and brought me closer to him. So basically, if he had hands, he would have hugged me and embraced me, right? And that is what he did with his hands, with his legs. And that brought tears to my eyes. Now, he didn't say anything, right? And I always remember this, the person with only one hand, whom I did nothing but just help to feed him. He showed his appreciation, his gratitude with his tears, and by hugging me with his legs. I will never forget that. And to me, I always think of this man and I say, doesn't matter who it is, we must all show unconditional love to everybody, because at the end of the day, we're all human beings. And Swami says that, isn't it? Swami says, love all and serve all. Simple message, such profundity it has, So sometimes, it only takes one act of kindness and caring to change another person's life. Always remember, do things for people, right? Do things for people, not because of who they are or what they can do for you, but because of who you are. Because the truth of the matter is, unexpected kindness is the most powerful, least costly, and the most underrated agent of human change. Until I see you next week, stay blessed.